Greetings everyone, my name is Dr. Jason Freeman. I'd like to welcome y'all to my channel.
How you feeling? You feel
alright? I'm so bossy, get off me. It's a different jingle when you hear these car keys. Your SL's missing the S. Your plane's missing a chef. The common theme, see they both got wings. If you fly, do it to death. It's only one God and it's only one crown. So it's only one king that can stand on this mound. King push, kingpin, overlord. Coast Guard come 100 going overboard. I got money with the best of them. Go blow for blow with any. Don't let your side settle in. Might have to headbutt your Everland. Ballers, I put numbers on the boards.
Despite some valid criticisms, Rotten Tomatoes has become one of the most powerful forces within the movie industry. A strong Rotten Tomatoes score can completely change how an audience views a film. Films like Wonder Woman benefited from a good Rotten Tomatoes score. Films like The Flash were likely hurt by it. And with Supergirl starring Millie Alcock coming out this summer, the big question is, what will its Rotten Tomatoes score be when it premieres on June 26th? So in this video, I'm going to predict Supergirl's Rotten Tomatoes score using data from similar shows and movies. And just to put my money where my mouth is, I'm also going to bet on it using Kalshi. But before we go any further, I want you to smash that like button, hit the notification bell, and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Now, just to clarify, I'm going to be using the critics' Rotten Tomatoes score. Of course, we can't get an audience score until the audience sees it, so we're just going to start with just what the critics say. So we'll start with the Rotten Tomatoes scores of the other DCU properties so far. So you have Creature Commandos, which had a Rotten Tomatoes score of 95%, James Gunn Superman, which had a Rotten Tomatoes score of 83%, and Peacemaker Season 2, which had a Rotten Tomatoes score around 97%. It gives us a DCU Rotten Tomatoes score average of 92%. Now, these scores show that critics already have some trust in the vision of James Gunn and Peter Safran. And this trust will likely carry over to Supergirl and benefit it in a positive way. Next, let's look at female-led superhero films. That includes Wonder Woman at 93%, Birds of Prey, Captain Marvel, and Black Widow each at 79%, and Wonder Woman 1984 at a lowly 58%. Now, of course, when you include those Wonder Woman films, you have a pretty wide range in regards to potential Rotten Tomatoes score. But since I'm putting my money where my mouth is, I will feel safe at around 80%, especially assuming that we have a little bit of a bump with the positive reception of the DCU. Of course, Supergirl isn't just a female-led superhero film or just a DCU film. It's also a cosmic road trip. So we've seen several of those over the years. So you have Guardians of the Galaxy, which had a Rotten Tomatoes score of 92%. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 with a Rotten Tomatoes score of around 85%. Thor Ragnarok at 93%. Thor Love and Thunder at 63%. Now, of course, with a film as big as Supergirl, we're not going to be seeing the work of a first-time director. In this case, the director is an Australian named Craig Gillespie. His previous work includes I, Tonya, which had a Rotten Tomatoes score of 90%, Cruella, which had a Rotten Tomatoes score of 75%, Lars and the Real Girl, who had a Rotten Tomatoes score of 81%, Dumb Money, which had a Rotten Tomatoes score of 84%, and $1 Million Arm, which I actually saw in theaters and enjoyed, which had a Rotten Tomatoes score of 65%. Once again, we have a pretty wide range of 65 to 90%, with a midpoint around 80%. I hope you're enjoying the video, but I just wanted to quickly mention that if you're enjoying what you're seeing from the DCU or DC Comics in general, why not buy a Funko Pop of your favorite DC character? I have a few myself and will definitely be getting more. To get your own Funko Pop DC character, click on the link in the description. When we combine everything, we see a couple patterns here. So the best of these movies in regards to Rotten Tomatoes score are in the 90s. Nothing near 100%, but 95 to 90 seems to be pretty reasonable. At the same time, the worst are the worst, 58, 60s, those lower ranges. But a lot of the films cluster around the 80s. I'd be pretty confident that Supergirl could have a Rotten Tomatoes score between 80 to 85%. I'll put it really near to what Superman was at 83%, so I actually will say for my final answer that Supergirl will have a Rotten Tomatoes score of 82%. All right, so I went in and I created a market basically saying that I believe Supergirl's Rotten Tomatoes score will be 82% or above on the premiere date. Now, personally, I think it'll be around 82%. However, as we saw with the better DCU properties, as well as the better Craig Gillespie films and Wonder Woman, the best of the female-led superhero films, there's a potential that it could get in the lower 90s. So I think 82% or higher is a safe bet for what we'll see in regards to Supergirl's Rotten Tomatoes score. Now, the money I'm talking about in this situation will be $10. I'm gonna bet $10 that it'll be 82% or higher. I've done $10 before on Bodo Glimt, the Norwegian football team. Let's not even go there. But I'm gonna try it again. I have not learned my lesson, and so if it's above 82%, then I will make some money. If it's below that, then I will lose money again. Now, if you found this video interesting and or informative, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. Also, please share this video. If you have your own take on what the Rotten Tomatoes score of Supergirl will be, please put those in the comment section below. Thank you all for your time and have a wonderful rest of your day.